What's going on, guys? So DC Unboxed here with another Ghostbusters item. This is one of those often overlooked, if not completely unknown, pieces of Ghostbusters memorabilia that most people, like I said, probably overlook or never even knew that it was a part of their uniforms from the 1984 movie. This is what's known as the Seiko M516 Voice Watch. This is not the real watch, however, I have the real one right here. This is a replica done by a prop company called CNA Prop Designs. They are located in Indiana, and I think every year they do maybe a run of 20 replicas. Very nice. I think it's 3D printed. They put a Casio calculator watch insides in here, so you can it's actually functioning. Obviously, it doesn't have the original voice note feature that the Seiko did in 1983, but in terms of just having something to wear if you're out trooping with your Ghostbusters franchise, this will get the job done. I guess the story behind this would be, this is a watch that 3 out of the 4 original Ghostbusters wore. Venkman, Spengler, and Stantz each had one. And if you don't really pay attention to certain scenes in the movie, you will definitely miss it. Easiest to spot at the end when they pull up to Dana's apartment building, and a couple of quick little snippets during the credits. But again, like I said, if this may be the first time some of you guys are hearing about it. So I think the devil's always in the details. And once I had the CNA Props one, I liked how it looked, I liked how it fit on my wrist. Obviously there's a couple things that are different. The original Seiko has a full bracelet. The replica has a urethane molded strap, molded to look like the actual links of the original bracelet. But here is the original one. Put this next to the prop replica one. You can see some size differences, but this is a very light watch. It's very, very sharp. The construction of the body is a carbon fiber plastic with, I would assume this is just happens to be a black stainless steel band. And usually the barrier of entry for these watches is the fact that the production numbers weren't very, very high. You know, in 1983, this watch had the ability to record either 4 seconds of, I guess you could call it high fidelity audio, or 8 seconds of, I guess, what we would call like a standard definition audio, hence its name, the voice note. And it has this really, really great stainless steel front, speaker grill with the play and record buttons. These tend to go for a hefty price. If you were to scour eBay right now, you could find a bunch of, maybe not a bunch, but you could find some new old stock watches for probably the minimum is about $2,400 to $2,500. Now, if you're a watch connoisseur, a watch collector, you know that those prices aren't really that high, but for a quartz digital watch from the 80s, no matter how quirky it might be, it is a pretty expensive ticket. You can find some other ones, some maybe used ones in the anywhere from $1,300 to $1,700 range, which is also fairly expensive. Now, for this one, I feel that I was kind of lucky. I was able to find a really, really great deal for this Seiko, under $1,000. Call that what you will.
This magnificent feast here represents the last of the petty cash.
Caveat is that it doesn't work.
Come on, what are you waiting for? I'm waiting for this thing to work. It's not working.
I thought I would just be able to replace the batteries, do the reset feature on it, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, it would come to life. It didn't. But I do have a brand new internal circuit board coming my way from a collectible shop up in Canada. So what I'm hoping is that the watch place I'm going to bring it to, turns out they have heard of this watch. They know it's the Ghostbuster watch. I explained the situation to them, and they said they will be able to replace that board, and hopefully, all things considered, once that's done, this should be up and running. So between the price of the watch and the price of the circuit board, I should be well under what any of these watches are currently going for. Like I said, this watch is immaculate. There's not a single scratch on the band or the clasp. The Seiko face is great. There's not a single thing I can find wrong with it other than the fact that it doesn't work. So like I said, after the parts come in and I get this all swapped out, we'll see if I have a nice high-end working collectible Ghostbusters watch. Like I said, the CNA guys did a fantastic job. I don't know which one I would wear more while out. I guess I would have to see how well the Seiko works. You know, the features, the time, the date, the light, all that stuff. The CNA one is great. You would never know the difference, but obviously the buttons don't work, and then you have to actually, to set the Casio insides, you have to take the insides out, put the old Casio face back on. I have it right here. You'd have to take it out, put the old Casio watch face back on. That way you can use all the proper buttons and set it. It's not a huge deal. It's actually pretty simple. I'm glad that they gave us the option to do that. And then, you know, you're kind of up and running. So the parts are supposed to come in later this week, and maybe I'll get some footage, if not just at least the exterior of the watch repair place I will be bringing it to. After this, you will see if it worked or didn't. Here we are at Chamois Fine Watchmaking. See if they can fix this beautiful Seiko for me. And I hope there was some anticipation with that little fade out in the front of the store. And with all that, it's back and it's working. Just returned home not that long ago from the shop. They were very nice, very gracious. They fixed this Seiko up, got it up and running. They also showed me the board from the original one. It had some very, very light corrosion on the front of the circuit board where I guess the old batteries had leaked and corroded the circuit board a little bit. But yeah, I think all in all, I made out pretty good in this. Like I said, if you search eBay right now, actually one just popped up. I checked a little while ago. I think it's a starting bid of like 500, but it's not the original band. I didn't check the overall condition of the watch. Like I said, not the original band. It looks like it's either a leather replacement or something, but you'll find those. You'll find those. If you're looking for, if you're trying to find these and you're not really a purist for the whole thing, you will find people who have just the watch body and a replaceable band, or like a silicone band or something like that. As I was searching through some of the old sold listings, I did see a complete band only that sold for 500. So I think the prices for these are a little all over the place. They're all fairly high if they're in good working condition. But yeah, so I have my Seiko M516 voice note Ghostbusters watch Grail. I can appreciate I needed to do a little bit of legwork to get this done, but I will definitely be wearing this at our next event and some events to come. I'm not sure how frequently I'll wear it outside of that, because I would like to keep it as functional as possible, even though the gentleman at Chamois Fine Watchmaking over in Fairfield, New Jersey told me that for the most part, it's a brand new board. It's fully functioning and should last as long as I'm able to take care of it. So with that being said, guys, catch you on the next one.